right, so the superiority of the jollof rice, the debate is still on. What do you think? Is Nigerian jollof rice the most superior, or do we think Ghanaian jollof rice, or Sierra Leonean jollof rice, or Benin, Cameroon jollof rice? So I have with me some amazing people. We're going to be talking about, World Food Day, Nigerian jollof rice, eating healthy, eating on a budget and all that. And I have with me Chef Obi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
All right. And I also have with me Rosevalene Obia. She's a dietitian and she's going to tell us more on how to eat healthy. All right. So let's start off on a lighter note. The Nigerian jollof rice. Do you think it's the most superior? What do you think?
Okay. First of all, I will say I'll go for the Nigerian jollof rice because I'm a Nigerian. Even if there's a jackpot in the process, I'm still a Nigerian. So I'll say yes. Ours is superior, and the reason for the superiority has nothing to do with the common trends.
Okay.
But has something to do with our own ingredients. And I believe that for any tribe, the ingredient that makes up that jollof rice is the uniqueness of our jollof rice.
Okay.
So the question now is, what's our unique ingredients? I'll just leave it at that.
All right. So Chef Obi, what's your own opinion?
I will not say much. She has actually said most of the basic things. Now, if we continue to debate on which jollof rice is actually good, we will not end today.
Yeah, that's why I said it's an endless debate.
But nevertheless, Nigeria has always been the top in terms of jollof rice.
Okay.
Yes, it has always been the top.
All right.
In terms of taste.
Okay.
Yes, I can tell you that for real.
Okay.
In terms of taste, Nigeria has been the top. But they will still debate that and say Ghana is still the best. But me, I'll tell you Nigeria is the best.
No Nigerian will agree that jollof rice is the best. So let's leave it that, because the debate, like you said, is endless. It will not end today. All right, so let's start with you, Rosevalene. Many people feel that eating healthy is expensive or time-consuming. What's your best advice for eating well on the budget?
The truth is that why eating healthy, I'll start with the time part of it. Why it's time-consuming is because the half Nigerians, we have this impatience in us. Sometimes I wonder why so, because if you go to the diaspora, you see that they work more than we do. But because of the situation of things we find ourselves in, both the economy, both our environment, a lot of factors that come in, they make it seem as if we spend so much time than those outside.
Right.
And that impatience gives someone the reason that you see that Nigerians feed on 1 meal in a day, and there's that nutrition gap.
Yeah.
Sometimes they end up not even eating at all, and somebody's coming back to you and telling you, I don't even eat anything. And I am diabetic. How come? Then this is coming back again as, I don't even take sugar. Okay, I said, okay, beautiful. They forget to find out that if you look at your lifestyle, that has inhibited your eating pattern. Yeah. So it's very, very important that we understand the reason to manage our time first. Understand who you are. Bring down your patience to that zero level where you are a child. A child starts from, after being weaned, the mother is thoroughly and carefully taking care of the exclusive belly for 6 months, 0 to 6. Then crawling and the rest of them. You see that she's monitoring the child's meal. That is how it should be for every Nigerian. Then for the budget aspect of it, what do you have within your own space, your environment? I always tell people this. Those in the village, they have this mindset that we in the city eat more than them. But that's not true. They have the farms within their reach. Excluding what is happening now. They go to their farm, they harvest their vegetables easily. They harvest their tomatoes easily. Then they now give it out to those in the city who will sell. Come back, produce them in a different way. By the time it goes through several production processes, it becomes refined. Then you're saying big man food, how? He said this is by eating carrots when you are the one that bought it from your farm.
There's often a belief that healthy food isn't tasty. right?
Okay.
As a chef, how do you prove that wrong in your cooking?
Okay. Now, everything has process. Do you understand me?
Mm.
Everything has process. There is no food that is not healthy. Do you understand me? Now, as a creator, because being a chef, you're not just a chef in the mouth. You're not just a chef by title. You must learn how to create. Now, what do you use to improvise? That's the thing. Because I've seen so many, like, couple of people that come to the culinary setting, and then maybe they come to the kitchen and then they don't find something they can use to replace another. They forget about it.
Yeah.
And then you find out that their production becomes bad because there's nothing to replace this. Do you understand me? So there is no meal that is not healthy. There is no meal that is not healthy.
And tasty.
Yes. And tasty as well. Now, let me take for instance this particular cookies here. I did not use sugar to prepare this. I didn't use sugar. But if you test it, it's sweet. But there's no sugar there. What did I use? I just have to improvise. I just have to go to the market and get date fruits. I have to use it. I have to go, okay, if I don't use date fruit, I can make use of honey. I don't need to, I can, there are so many things you need to do so that you can make your meal healthy and tasty.
All right, so what's one cultural or local dish you think represents better food? Something rooted in tradition.
Of course, our vegetable soups, depending on the way you prepare them, all our vegetables, whether you're using spinach, whether you're using whether the pumpkin, whether you're using the oha, whether you're using the Italy watermelon, depending on the way, because if you use watermelon and you're using vegetable, you're really the kind. You come back to the Nigerian, you use vegetable and you add it to your agushi or egusi. I want to call it both ways, agushi or egusi. And the melon seed. You're still preparing egusi soup. Okay. So, you're doing spinach. You know, we are blessed with so many soups.
Okay.
Every time you turn your back, you're perceiving something that is attracting you and you're celebrating at the same time. So we are blessed with so many of our local meals. Let's appreciate it first, because if we don't, they watch for that. And you see them now online, they are eating. I saw the other day I came up with somebody eating my native soup, because I'm from Umma here, eating hot achara soup with swallow. I was angry the way he was throwing the stuff. I'm like, I will tell my kid for this man.
He doesn't know the benefits of the achara,
because achara is something that grows on its own.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
it's
very
like
natural.
You call it weed, but it's not weed.
It's almost like the mushrooms.
You enter inside a bush to pluck it, and this man is throwing it. Hey! I said, don't worry, my angel will
He
hear
does
from
not
you.
know the benefits of it,
To
though.
add to that one that you said, now there's this the likes of this African salad, which we know
Abacha.
You know, there are many condiments inside it.
Yes.
Very natural, like the garden egg, the uba,
Yes.
red oil.
Yeah.
You know, everything are so natural there. So that one too,
It's quite healthy.
Yeah, it's very healthy.
Yeah. So some people cooking at home, what's one simple change they can make to prepare healthier, more balanced meals? It's for both of you.
This first thing is what is, or let's say, your preparation methods.
Okay.
How do you prepare your meal? You know, some people, like when I was growing, I used to learn if you want to cook the porridge jam, you start with frying the oil, you put this, you put that. So when I went to school, I saw my girlfriend, what she does is she'll boil the yam first, she puts her ingredients, and that's it. So I'm now becoming a professional. I realized that when you fry your oil, you denature for too long. You know, after breaking the cells of your oil, you find out that you are changing the natural state of that oil. Do you understand? So in other words, her method is safer, because what she has done is, as she has boiled the yam, she is now going to add an ingredient which stays with the meal. It's not like she's overcooking, keeping it for too long to prepare. So I bought that this, and I realized that when I use mine and use hers, at the end of the day, my own yam is, I don't know why it's red yam or Pass. So I'm becoming a professional in health now.
Yeah.
So that's understanding your preparation method and understanding how to your quantifying your ingredients. Some people do not quantify. That's why we always emphasize on the use of your teaspoons.
Yes.
Your
There's a
tablespoons.
science in
because
cooking.
some people take bouillon cubes and do like this. Like when you finish, the next thing after you test it, when you should know that you've given yourself 8 billion cubes because let me use the other food that is 2 in 1. 2 in 1 times 3, 6. Only you. Then you know say this food is too sweet. How come? Maybe you they pour the tea.
I've even stopped using regular salts now. I use sea salt or Himalayan salt. I know that one is in
Salt is salt.
You say salt is salt. Salt is not salt. Salt has been processed.
No. The thing is that our fear is. Let me make you understand something. We can't do without our processed foods so that we don't get too scared of because these are. The foods are either they are natural or they have been industrialized.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that is why the processed foods are there.
Exactly.
Just like you have in the diaspora war, you can't. They need these malls.
They need
go
those
there. So
processed
you need this.
foods,
But then, how do you make your process to come back to your natural state? Just like you see somebody with the pasta, and you can't leave your pasta like that. You can do vegetables and inculcate it in them.
Yeah.
You're making a meal. You're diversifying. By so doing, you're having a healthy meal as well.
Okay.
So you can't do without the processed food, but then there should be a limitation both in your processed food and your natural foods. Because sometimes you can abuse the natural foods
Exactly.
and expose you to your health challenge.
Okay. So have you answered the question? Or
She has answered it, but I know I'll just top it.
Okay.
I'll just top it. Yes. I'll just do some toppings to it. Now, this is it. When you're in the kitchen, like she said, you need to understand your products. You need to understand it. Now, a practical example of that. Why she said we can't do away with processed food. And you talked about salt. Now, this is it. You know, in cooking, we have the cooking margarine. And we have the butter. Now, we have the salted and unsalted. So you don't expect somebody to go and use a salted margarine or a salted butter and cook and still add salt.
True.
Do you understand me?
Yeah, true.
So if you're using a salted margarine, you avoid
putting
extra salt, so that you don't.
Unless maybe it has not switched the taste that you
yes,
want.
that's why I always advise, or me, if I'm teaching, I'll say always test your products before you make use of it. Always test before you use.
All right, I wish we had more time to talk about World Food Day, healthy living, and all that, but we have run out of time.
Okay.
So, but while we go to the next segment of your weekend, let's just enjoy the snacks that we have here. That Chef Obi brought for us. So have some.
Thank you.
Chef Obi, your creation. All right, and we are moving straight to Zuma Film Festival press conference. So enjoy.